Why intelligent people believe in stupid things. Have you ever met someone who's incredibly smart, top of their class, successful in their career, but they believe something that just makes you go, what? Maybe it's a conspiracy theory, a bizarre health trend, or some outdated idea that's been thoroughly debunked. You wonder, how can someone so intelligent believe something so stupid? Well, today we're diving deep into that question. Intelligence versus rational thinking. First, let's get something straight. Intelligence and rational thinking are not the same thing. You can be brilliant at solving complex equations or analyzing literature and still fall for bad ideas. Intelligence is about cognitive ability, how well your brain processes information. Rationality, on the other hand, is about how you use that intelligence. Think of it this way. Intelligence gives you a powerful engine. Rationality is the steering wheel. If you don't steer properly, it doesn't matter how fast you're going, you're still going to crash. Psychologist Keith Stanovich calls this the intelligence trap. Smart people often think they're immune to faulty reasoning just because they're smart. But in reality, they're just as prone, sometimes even more so, to cognitive biases. Confirmation bias. One of the biggest culprits? Confirmation bias. This is our tendency to seek out information that confirms what we already believe and to ignore or dismiss anything that contradicts it. And intelligent people? They're often better at defending their beliefs, not questioning them. That means they can construct elaborate arguments and cherry-pick data to support their views. They're not necessarily trying to find the truth. They're trying to win the argument, often with themselves. Smart people are very good at rationalizing bad ideas. Social identity and ego. Another reason is ego and identity. The smarter you are, the more you're likely to tie your beliefs to your self-worth. Admitting you're wrong feels like admitting you're not smart. That's painful. Beliefs become part of identity. I'm a tech guy, so I trust Silicon Valley. Or I'm a skeptic, so I don't trust mainstream medicine. Once a belief is tied to who we think we are, changing it feels like self-betrayal. And the smarter someone is, the more skilled they are at building a protective bubble around their beliefs, turning criticism into a personal attack and new evidence into fake news. Overconfidence and the Dunning-Kruger effect. Here's another twist. Overconfidence. Smart people often overestimate their understanding of topics outside their expertise. Just because you're an expert in physics doesn't mean you're an expert in politics or nutrition. But the smarter someone is, the more likely they are to trust their gut, even when they're out of their depth. Enter the Dunning-Kruger effect. The less we know about something, the more confident we are that we understand it. It's not just for the uninformed. Even highly intelligent people can fall into this trap when they assume their smarts automatically transfer across domains. Motivated reasoning. There's also something called motivated reasoning. We don't always believe things because they're true. We believe them because we want them to be true. And our brains get really clever at justifying those beliefs. For example, someone might believe a fringe health remedy works not because the evidence supports it, but because it gives them hope or control or a sense of superiority over mainstream thinkers. Smart people are great at motivated reasoning. They'll dig up obscure studies, poke holes in opposing arguments, and present their case like a lawyer, not a scientist. Because deep down, it's not about truth. It's about defending a worldview. Social circles and echo chambers. Don't underestimate the power of social circles. Intelligent people often surround themselves with like-minded peers. If everyone around you believes the same thing, it becomes harder to see the flaws in your shared worldview. This creates an echo chamber where bad ideas can thrive simply because no one is challenging them. And in the age of social media, these echo chambers are algorithmically reinforced. You only see what confirms your beliefs, and over time, the line between fact and opinion gets blurry. What can we do? So what's the takeaway here? Being smart doesn't make you immune to bad ideas. In fact, intelligence can make you more vulnerable if it's not paired with humility, curiosity, and critical thinking. If you're a smart person, and if you've made it this far, you probably are, here's what you can do. Stay humble. No one is right all the time. Seek out disagreement. Surround yourself with people who challenge you. Ask questions not just for answers, but to understand. Be willing to change your mind. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Because in the end, it's not how smart you are that matters most. It's how you use that intelligence to keep learning, questioning, and growing. So the next time you hear something that makes you shake your head and think, how could someone believe that? Remember, intelligence isn't a shield against bad ideas. Sometimes it's the very thing that helps build them. Thanks for listening.